What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Champ Blanco back, man, with another reaction, man. Right now, we're reacting to ranking the last 10 finals MVPs, last from 2020 or from 2012 to 2022, man. And it's by Young Mustard, man. We'll leave the original video in the description, man, and we can get right into it.
What up, YouTube? I told y'all I got some more videos to drop this off season, and now we're gonna kick things off with some rankings videos. As you can see from the title, we are going to be ranking the last 10 finals MVPs, because with Steph Curry finally getting his finals MVP, let's see where he stacks up among all the greats over the last 10 years. But before we get started, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and press that bell for post notifications. I recently hit over 75,000 subscribers, and that is because of you guys' support. Thank you very much. But without further ado, let's kick things off. Starting with number 10 on the list, we have Andre Iguodala's
Facts. We all know why, but it's facts.
2015 Finals MVP. Now, the 2015 Finals MVP is one of the more controversial recipient awards I've seen over the last couple of years, especially when you look at how it affected Steph Curry's legacy for a while. But I'm gonna be real, even if Steph Curry did win this Finals MVP, I would have him around the 8 to 10 range, just considering the competition that they faced in that Finals to begin with. I mean, a Cavaliers team that really stood no chance, even though LeBron had them at a 2-1 lead at a point in time in the series. But when you have no Kyrie...
Do y'all see this, bro? Finals MVP. He didn't play no regulars. He didn't start any regular season games. And he started the last 3 games of the finals for stopping LeBron. Stopping when LeBron still averaged 30.
Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, and your second best scorer in the series is Timofey Mozgov. Man, my goodness, no wonder LeBron shot below 40% trying to will that team to victory. But even though I share the opinion that Iguodala shouldn't have won the Finals MVP, he still put up a pretty good stat line of 16 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists on 52% shooting from the field, 40% from 3, with a true shooting percentage just short of 59%. He hit a lot of timely shots, whether in transition or in the half-court spotting up, taking advantage of that Steph Curry gravity, and couple that with his defense being the primary defender on LeBron, especially after Game 3, and you have his case for being Finals MVP. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because it's easily the weakest award, and we all know that he should not have won it. But let's move on to the next Finals MVP. At number 9, we have Kawhi Leonard's 2014 award. Now, unlike Andre Iguodala, I do believe Kawhi Leonard deserved his final
9th
MVP, even though you can make a valid argument for Tim Duncan or hell, even Tony Parker if you want to, but I just believe Kawhi Leonard's defense coupled with his offensive contributions are more than enough of a reason for him to win this award. He averaged 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, along with 2 assists and nearly 2 steals and a block, shooting 61% from the field, 58% from 3, 78% at the free throw line, which translates to an insane true shooting percentage of 75%. And couple that with playing some of the best defense that we've seen been played on LeBron throughout his entire career. And mind you, this is not late Cleveland LeBron, this is not early Cavs LeBron, this is prime Miami Heat LeBron James. And though many people brush off Kawhi Leonard's defense, with LeBron James averaging 28 points a game on 68% true shooting, which is incredible by the way, let's be real, LeBron James did score a lot of his points in empty stat minutes. I'm not trying to be mean or discredit LeBron James, because at the end of the day, you got to go out there and try to will your team to victory. But the Heat were getting blown out in every single game, and whenever those games were competitive, Kawhi Leonard, I wouldn't say he quote unquote locked them up, but he played amazing defense to make it as tough as possible. And that doesn't take into account what he did offensively, averaging 20 points a game over the last 3 games of the series. But now that we're done with the basic starter Finals MVPs in Kawhi and Iguodala, let's move on to the real superstar Finals MVPs and kick things off with Kevin Durant's in 2018. Now, if you're looking at the sheer numbers of what KD did,
how do y'all feel about this, bro? Because this is definitely, like, come on, man. KD got his rings, but come on now, bro. You saw his team, bro. You saw his team, man. I ain't gonna get too into it unless he brings us more stuff, but we saw his team, bro. I'll be surprised if it's not back to back.
did in that finals, it's insane. 29 points a game, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, nearly 2 blocks on 53% shooting from the field, 41% from 3, 96% shooting at the free throw line, and a true shooting percentage of 65%. You might even wonder why he's not higher on the list, because even those numbers don't do justice of how incredible he was in this series. I mean, we're not only talking about being elite offensively as he was in this series, but we're also talking about him contributing on the defensive side of the ball as a shot blocker, because we all know during the Warriors dynasty, they've always lacked when it came to size, which Kevin Durant provided for them. And say what you want about the players on his team that did make his job easier, and we're going to get to that in a second, you can't discredit what he did in game 3 when a lot of those players were no-shows. Because in a game on the Cavaliers home court that came down to the wire, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson combined for shooting 7 of 27 from the field. But KD then comes in and drops 43 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, along with a block, a steal, shooting 65% from the field, 6 of 9 from 3, and nailing all 7 of his free throws. And as we all know, he hit the dagger 3 in the fourth quarter to send Cleveland home down 3-0, which essentially ended the series. But unfortunately though, context is needed. I'm not going to discredit what KD did, but when you compare it to other guys higher on this list,
look at who's guarding this man. Why is George Hill guarding KD?
Them had far less help, as KD had Steph, Klay, and Draymond Green for the defensive end, while also facing better competition than the 2018 Cavaliers, which are one of the worst teams to ever make the finals. Nonetheless, it's still a great performance and one of the all-time great final series in history. But let's move on to the next one. We have Kawhi Leonard's 2019 Finals MVP. This was one of the more unexpected years I think I've ever seen, and I enjoyed every step of the way. Though my guy Giannis did go down, that was very tough to watch, I was still happy to see the Raptors finally get to the finals, and the fact that they pulled off the quote-unquote upset, because people did not favor them going into that series, though a lot of things factored into them winning, it was still very enjoyable and one of my favorite moments as an NBA fan. Kawhi capped off one of the all-time playoff runs in 2019 with the sensational finals of averaging 29 points a game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, over a block, shooting 43% from the field, 36% from 3, 91% at the free throw line, which translates to a true shooting percentage just short of 61%. Kawhi was amazing in that series on both sides of the ball, I might add, as I remember that boxing one that they threw on Steph Curry, which he struggled against in that series for a good part of it. Everybody remembers Fred VanVleet going crazy in a lot of big moments, and even Kyle Lowry in game 6, Siakam in game 1. But as far as the consistency from game 1 till game 6, it was Kawhi Leonard for the most part. Hell, I even remember game 5 where he was playing real bad up until the fourth quarter and then just went berserk. I think he had like 15 points until Nick Nurse stupidly called a timeout, which killed their momentum, and they eventually lost that game by 1 point. And even as a playmaker, I thought he did a very good job in this series, because if you look at game 1, they threw a lot of doubles and traps his way, and he was able to take advantage of the gravity that he had in that game, which led Siakam to having the best playoff game of his entire career. On the boards as well, he was dominant with nearly 10 a game and averaged nearly 3 offensive rebounds in that series as well. In every facet of the game, Kawhi Leonard was outstanding. The only reason I can't put it higher though is because, like Kevin Durant, he didn't face the best competition in this finals. Not saying the Warriors were dog shit, but let's be honest, Klay Thompson missed a couple of games. Obviously, KD didn't play for a majority of the series outside of that 12 minutes he played in game 5. And we all know the Warriors were...
I can understand it, you know what I'm saying? Like, not the best competition he could have played, because, you know, niggas did get hurt. KD and Klay, they both got hurt, and that's just tough, you know, it's a part of the game. But yeah, man, it's not the best competition. Oh, shit.
A couple of games. Obviously, KD didn't play for a majority of the series outside of that 12 minutes he played in game 5. And we all know the Warriors were very top heavy around this time. Their bench was not what it used to be, but still an amazing series from Kawhi Leonard and one of the all-time greats. Moving on to number 6, we have LeBron James' performance in the 2013 NBA Finals. I believe this is one of the more overlooked performances of LeBron James' career, simply due to the fact that Ray Allen hit that shot, and that's really what this series is remembered for. And because somebody else hit the shot other than LeBron James, people just like to make up narratives saying that Ray Allen saved LeBron's career. But we're not...
That's facts, bro. People stay saying that shit, how Ray Allen saved this nigga career or some shit. Like, bro, this nigga LeBron dropped like 18 in the fourth quarter to put him in that position. Did he miss that shot? Yes. Did a role player step up and do his job? Yes. So you can't fault that nigga for doing what he's paid to do. You know what I'm saying?
We're not
It's
here
tough.
to talk about narratives. We're here to talk about facts, what actually happened. And what happened in that series is that LeBron James had an all-time great performance, averaging 25, 11, and 7, along with 2 steals, nearly a block, shooting 45% from the field, 35% from 3, and 80% at the free throw line, which is a true shooting percentage just short of 53%. The efficiency may not be the best.
Oh, that's
in the
probably
first
rebounds,
3
because he
games,
definitely put that shit twice,
40%
man.
from the field, but when you look at what he did in the games following, it was truly incredible. Because after going down 2-1 in the series to the San Antonio Spurs, a top 5 defense in the NBA, LeBron James in games 4 through 7 averaged 32 points a game, along with 10 rebounds and 6 assists, 3 steals and a block, shooting 48% from the field, 43% from 3 on over 5 attempts a game, and 79% at the free throw line. The man truly could not be stopped in any facet of the game. You need threes, LeBron got you shooting over 40%. You need defense, no problem. He can go out there and guard Tony Parker while playing some of the best help defense that we have ever seen. And so many people talk about the Ray Allen shot, but let's not forget that LeBron James in that fourth quarter, before Ray Allen even hit that shot, he had scored 16 points and hit the 3 on
My bad. 16.
on the previous possession that made it a 3-point game to begin with. And then to cap off the series, he had an all-time great game 7 of 37 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals on 52% shooting from the field, 50% from 3, and made all 8 of his free throws. And let's not forget the dagger shot that he hit on Kawhi Leonard in the fourth quarter. LeBron truly was incredible in this series, primarily in games 4 through 7, but the reason I can't put it higher on this list is because he did put himself in a hole being down 2-1 because of his poor play in games 1 through 3. But let's move on to the top 5. Coming in to start us off, we have Kevin Durant's 2017 Finals explosion. And when I say explosion, it truly is an explosion. Averaging 35, 8, and 5, just short of 2 blocks a game and a steal, shooting 55% from the field, 47% from 3, 93% at the free throw line, which is a near 70% true shooting percentage. And those numbers don't do justice. Go back and watch what KD was doing in that series, and oh my god, you would think this guy was the greatest player of all time. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely context that we're going to apply in a second, but my goodness, it truly is incredible to see KD cook. That was the first finals in a very long time that I said, man, this guy looks like the best player on the court, and LeBron James was not the one I was talking about. And I'm not trying to dick eat LeBron here because this is about KD, but that's just how incredible he was, and on both ends of the court, mind you. I mean, I'll never forget game 3 as the Warriors were down going into the fourth quarter. KD scores 14 points in the fourth and hits the shot in LeBron James' face, and that basically is the kiss of death for the Cavaliers as they go down 3-0 in the series, and obviously the Warriors win in 5. Now, even though I just praised this performance and it was insane, all-time efficiency and all, I think that we can all acknowledge this is one of the greatest teams ever assembled, and they were like that before
Facts.
Kevin Durant got there in the previous year, winning 73 games. And I'm not here to start a KD Warriors debate, but the fact that they ran through the playoffs going 16-1 is a testament to just how dominant the team was collectively. KD was phenomenal, but we can't forget the efforts of Steph Curry right there playing at an MVP level, averaging 27, 8, and 9. He even out-rebounded Tristan Thompson in that series. You got Klay Thompson averaging 16 points and over 42% from 3. Draymond Green was the defensive player of the year. And hell, even Andre Iguodala scored 20 in the closeout game 5. The team was collectively sound on the defensive end and obviously on the offensive end, and when you're facing one of the worst defenses to ever make the finals in the 2017 Cavaliers, I'm not shocked that they mopped the floor with these guys and beat them in a gentleman's sweep. But now let's move on to the next one on this list. We have LeBron James 2020 NBA Finals against the Miami Heat. Now this one is going to be controversial just for the simple fact that you have bubble and LeBron James in one sentence, but I'm not even going to address the whole fluky stuff because I don't believe in asterisks or flukes in NBA history. Of course, there was fluky shooting all over the place, but everybody had the same opportunity to have that fluky shooting, and the Lakers just did it best, and I gotta give them props for that. And in that series, LeBron James was the definition of dominant, averaging 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, and nearly 9 assists with a steal, shooting 59% from the field, 42% from 3, and a true shooting percentage of 67%. The dominance on both sides of the ball goes without question, as throughout the entire bubble, if I'm being honest, LeBron James locked in on the defensive side of the ball and was one of the 5 best defenders contenders in the bubble in my personal opinion. And when it comes to just straight up box score dominance, LeBron led his team in points, rebounds, and assists. We know he's one of the better rebounders at his position. His playmaking was elite. His scoring was elite. And the only reason I'm not putting it higher on this list is because the Miami Heat are just not that great of a team compared to a lot of other teams that made the NBA Finals, obviously. Aside from the fact that they were weak, even fully healthy compared to a lot of teams that made the finals, they didn't even have Bam Adebayo for a good part of the series or Goran Dragic. Now, do I believe they would have changed the outcome of the series? Probably not. But they were already suspect compared to a lot of other teams that made the finals fully healthy. But the fact that they weren't just knocks a little bit of points as far as LeBron compared to other finals performances in my personal opinion, especially considering that the series went 6 games. But moving on to the next one, we are in the top 3. We have Steph Curry's recent finals performance against the Boston Celtics, as against the #1 defense in the NBA.
I'm gonna take a wild guess, and I'm gonna say Giannis is number 1, LeBron number 2.
Steph Curry averaged 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, along with 2 steals a game, with shooting splits of 48% from the field, 44% from 3, and 86% at the free throw line, which accumulates to a true shooting percentage of nearly 63%. Curry was sensational in these finals, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because if I'm being real, I just made a video talking about Curry in the finals and the Warriors as a whole. Make sure you check it out. But essentially, Curry cemented his legacy, capturing his first Finals MVP award while cooking that Celtics defense. And even though they played drop for a good part of the series, once they stopped playing drop and they switched with Al Horford, Rob Will, and other guys on the team, Curry was still able to cook them in an all-time great finals closeout game of 34 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block on 75% true shooting. And though I don't have him higher on this list, the only reason is because his defensive impact is not on the level of the ones above him. Still an amazing series, but let's move on to number 2. We have LeBron James 2016 NBA Finals, coming back from down 3-1 again.
So we just gonna act like LeBron didn't have the greatest comeback ever in the finals
Against the 73.
Come on now.
And 9 Golden State Warriors. I mean, when you talk about statistical dominance, this is the series that you should point at. LeBron James averaged 30 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, nearly 3 steals, over 2 blocks on 49, 37, 72 shooting splits, and becoming the second player in history aside from James Worthy to have a Game 7 in an NBA Finals, and the first player in NBA history to lead all teams in every single major statistical category. LeBron was on a mission to fulfill his promise to the city of Cleveland, and that's exactly what he did in the best way possible against one of the all-time teams in the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. Offensively, the man couldn't be stopped, whether it was putting up 30 pieces like it was nothing, getting in the paint and having his way, stroking it from behind the three-point line, driving kicks with his playmaking, finding guys off the lob, finding guys in the pick and roll. Any way you want to slice up a defense, LeBron James was doing it in these finals. Then you factor in the moments that he had on both sides of the ball. We already talked about the 40 pieces while he was down 3-1, but then you look at that Game 7, not only did he have a triple-double, but he seals the game with one of the more iconic plays of all time. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup, oh, blocked by James. LeBron got the job done in every way imaginable, and if you want to have this at number 1 on your list, I truly have no problem with that whatsoever. You truly are splitting hairs because both of them are still top 10 finals performance.
No, this is number 1. Definitely has to be number 1. Like, Giannis's ring it was a great ring, well earned, but this ring, come on, bro, stop playing this up.
Of all time, you could even say top 5 in my personal opinion. But that then leads me to who is my number 1. I have Giannis against the Phoenix Suns in the 2021.
I just don't see how you put Giannis above LeBron. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about like level of competition and everything and like stats, all this and that. Like LeBron played 73-19, the best regular season team ever, record-wise, and was down 3-1, came back. He averaged damn near a triple double. 2 blocks, 2 steals, clutch plays, all this and that. And you put Giannis. Let's see what your case is.
NBA Finals. I mean, you talk about dominance. That is what Giannis did in that finals. Not saying everybody else on this list wasn't dominant in their own way, but Giannis, in my opinion, was the most dominant. With averages of 35 points a game, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal, shooting 62% from the field.
35 points is crazy. It is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And a true shooting percentage of 66%. Giannis had one of the all-time great final series and capped it off with a 50-piece in the closeout Game 6. I mean, you talk about being clutch and closing the deal. That is the definition of doing so with a 50-piece to close out the finals, along with making 17 out of his 19 free throws, which was a knock on him. And when you just look at the story going into that finals, people were saying Giannis was a Robin. They said that Middleton was the Batman. I'm not even saying a majority of people said that, but the fact that that narrative even existed is truly the epitome of...
I ain't never heard that. I ain't never considered that at all. Giannis, Robin, Chris Middleton? Are we talking about Chris Middleton? Batman? Please.
Of disrespect.
Please.
And Giannis went in there and shut all those people up that said he wasn't skilled. He shut all those people up that said he should have been a Scottie Pippen, and he had an all-time series on both sides of the ball. He bullied DeAndre Ayton in the paint. He had all-time moments on both sides of the ball. Let's not forget the block he had on Ayton in Game 5, coming off of hedging Devin Booker, and in one split second he blocks the lob to DeAndre Ayton. Amazing shit right there. You also have the dunk from Giannis off the lob from Jrue Holiday to seal the deal in Game 5 on the road in Phoenix that gave them the lead in the series. I mean,
I don't know why CP3 jumped. I don't know why he thought that was a good decision, but
the way you look at
that was a low IQ play right there. You know, he's like that.
Giannis was dominant in all facets of the game, and this was no slouch of a roster, as the Suns were a top 10 offense and defense in the NBA, and Giannis made them look like child's play. So as far as who Young Mustard believes is the greatest finals MVP over the last 10 years, I have to give it to Giannis Antetokounmpo against the Phoenix Suns last season. But that is just my opinion. I'm sure some of you guys may disagree with who I had at number 1 and just the order overall. Let me know your opinions down below in the comments section. This is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.
I'm not mad at the list, you know what I'm saying? I do think, in my personal opinion, I'd put LeBron at number 1, Giannis 2. And then it's still an argument for Giannis or Steph, you know what I'm saying? It's still an argument, but I'd probably still put Giannis. It'd be LeBron, Giannis, Steph. But man, okay. I fucks with the list, you know what I'm saying? I ain't too much wrong, man. Let me know if who y'all would put at number 1. And that's gonna be it for the video, man. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man.